And good morning. It's 7:04 on this Tuesday, February 22nd. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome here on a little bit of a rainy Tuesday morning. We're glad to have you with us, and of course, each Tuesday at this time, glad to be on the air for Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. When it comes to emergencies, time and expertise matter. Since becoming part of the Vanderbilt health system, Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital now provides Vanderbilt-level care to every patient that walks through the emergency room doors and beyond. Over the last 2 years, Vanderbilt has invested millions in Wilson County, including more than $1 million to support a new ambulance base and life flight grounded ambulance located at the hospital. This investment also helps support Wilson County's Emergency Management Agency in hopes of reducing response time for all patients. Vanderbilt University Medical Center's Department of Emergency Medicine is nationally recognized for its leadership in training and research. Patients can be confident that the Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital Emergency Department upholds the same standard of care. Transitioning patient care responsibilities to Vanderbilt's emergency medicine physicians reflects the hospital's strong commitment to the citizens of Wilson County. And it is one more way that Vanderbilt is prepared to respond quickly and professionally to critical and timely needs of Wilson County citizens. Well, this morning, Justin Beasley is going to be walking in the door in just a moment here, and we're going to be talking about the city of Mount Juliet. Occasionally, as the calendar goes, we are committed to the hospital for a medical professional and Tracy Pope on the first and third Tuesdays of each month. And so that's sort of set in stone. And most of the time, the city of Mount Juliet has a Board of Commissioners meeting on the Tuesday, the second Tuesday night. Well, I guess they always do, but sometimes that Tuesday night does not follow the right morning for them to be here, if you follow what I'm saying. You probably don't, but anyway, this is one of those months that we are a little bit we're a little bit out of sync, let's say. So anyway, let me turn your mic on. Say that again.
Good morning, Coleman.
Good morning, Justin. It's good to see you.
Good to see you as well. You're talking about us being kind of off deal with
right. The calendar didn't the way our program is designed, the calendar didn't support it being right after your Board of Commissioners meeting. So you had one a week ago last night, right?
We that was Valentine's Day. Was that Monday? So we actually canceled that one.
Oh.
So we won't have one until the 28th, which is quite a while.
So I
that
wonder,
has to be some kind of record for the gap between commission meetings for sure.
Okay. Well, how are you?
I'm good. Yep. How about yourself? I called in. I did the whole thing like I did last time. I could have started on the phone and then drove in. The seconds just tick away in the morning. You can't drive as fast in that rain. Hopefully, we avoid any floods in Wilson County this week.
Well, I think there's been a tornado watch out, not a warning. A warning means there's been one sighted, I think, but possibility of one. Yeah. But the conditions are favorable for one in our area, but may be that way most of the day. Hopefully, we won't have one.
Yeah, I know. We haven't caught a break really since December 11th with the tornado that we had in Mount Juliet. You would think December would be cold, but certainly there was a tornado. Fortunately, no lives were lost, and we're coming up on 2 years now almost of the March 3rd tornadoes that took 4 lives in Mount Juliet. So we continue to pray that God overlooks us and keeps us safe in this time.
Well, tell me what you've been doing. What do you do all the time? You're Public Information Officer, PIO.
PIO. Most people don't know what it means. So not only have I run the social media account since I arrived, but I've done a lot of grant writing as well. It's like fishing. You never know what you're going to get, and you never know if you're actually going to get it. Just recently, we applied for a SAFER grant, which will help our firefighters out for the first 3 years of service. Now, we're about to have a new fire station on the north side of town, right beside Green Hill High School. And if we supply 9 firefighters with this grant, it'll pay for the first 3 years of service. Now, you think, oh, firefighter, you get a step pay, second year, third year. Well, for 9 firefighters for 3 years, that would get us $1.7 million. That's how much the grant was. And we sure hope that we can get all of that, if not a good portion of it. You got to think, not only does it pay the salary and the step increase of the first 3 or 4 years, it also pays for the benefits.
Yeah,
and
almost pays for your salary, no?
Man, me and Kenny Martin, right? I wish.
Well, but really, a grant writer can be a very important. It can be a very important person. I mean, that if you are a good grant writer and you can secure some money for the entity you're working for, in this case, the city of Mount Juliet, it's probably good job security.
Yeah, and our hope is that because it will. Your $1.7 million will pay for my salary for probably my tenure at the city of Mount Juliet. But you look at it, and a lot of these cities already have funds or have had property taxes for a while. Mount Juliet's only had one for 9 years. We don't have all this money stored in vaults like other cities. So we hope they don't have a grant writer. They don't apply for something because they don't need it. And that somebody in our position where we're a growing city of almost 40,000 and we need to improve our ISO rating, that can help us get that money because they understand how big our city is and what we're going through as far as expanding and trying to make sure we have adequate fire coverage throughout our great city.
Boy, I bet you when Kenny and the fire chief and a few others found out you'd done that, they took it easy on you for a few days.
They did. They gave me a couple passes. But no, I was searching for all these different grants, and you almost have to keep your head on a swivel because this one, the one I found, the SAFER grant, I found it on Tuesday. It was due by Friday.
Oh.
So I said, hey, whatever I got on my calendar, I'm avoiding. I am putting all my eggs in a basket to make sure this grant is applied for. Joey Edwards, our assistant fire chief, helped me out with a lot of the numbers that he had used for a previous grant. I had some other questions that I needed for him to answer, but man, I really hope we get this grant, not only for me, but especially for our firefighters and our city.
Congratulations to the city, but to you as well, because you must have done a good job, and you did it in a hurry. And you still have to make sure all your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed, but that just goes with it.
Right. So, and to further answer your question, I'm also doing some event coordination. So we're trying to celebrate, as I mentioned last time, the 50th anniversary, 50th birthday of Mount Juliet. We have done that a couple of times with our Chamber of Commerce. We had a luncheon with the mayor last week that went fantastic. You can find that on our Facebook page and kind of learn in detail about our city. We also had a celebration at the Chamber that was at night a couple of weeks ago that we got to celebrate our 50th birthday. The next one will be with the city, so we're certainly looking forward to that. I also help out with economic development with Kenny Martin and just trying to take some stuff off his plate and kind of learning what we have in the city to offer to prospective businesses. And, you know, right now, us and the Board of Commissioners have to make a wise decision to make sure that we're using, filling up this land in a responsible way, but also that, you know, you can see somebody calling that business their home in Mount Juliet for quite a long time because we don't have a ton of space to go around in Mount Juliet. We have to be responsible with what we have.
Justin, when you come back, you may have had 2 meetings. No, wait a minute. No, I'm sorry. No, I guess there'll just be one. Just be one before you come back again.
Yes,
but
sir.
What I was going to ask, is there anything on the agenda, anything you know about right now that's going to be discussed at the next meeting, and especially anything of a controversial nature?
Not that I know of at this moment, and it changes all the time because you look at it last Thursday, we had some severe weather coming in. We had to cancel our planning commission meeting, which puts a lot of businesses back that want to have an aggressive start. And you look at BJ's, they want to be in January of 2023. I don't know how that's going to happen. I love their aggressiveness and trying to get here to the city of Mount Juliet, but you know, a planning commission meeting that's canceled certainly doesn't help them out. But I know that our staff, we just added someone under Jennifer Hamlin, our planning director. They're going to make sure that they do everything they can to speed that process along for all those businesses. So, after a month, there could be a ton of things to talk about, quite honestly.
When a business sets aside money, borrows money, whatever they do to get ready to have a new location, and they don't want any more delays than is absolutely necessary. The sooner the better, because the sooner they get going, the sooner the money's going to come in to start making the money. That's kind of the way it is.
Absolutely. So I understand they want to get on the ground as soon as possible and get all the I's dotted and T's crossed, and we're going to make sure that happens. But I mean, a lot of people want to call Mount Juliet home, so it's a competitive process. It's just, we don't accept just anybody like we might have 15 years ago. We can be selective, we can be choosy, and that's a great position to be in, quite honestly, for the city of Mount Juliet.
All right, Justin Beasley, who is the Public Information Officer for City of Mount Juliet, is here. Our program is being presented by Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. We'll take a break here on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Want to thank our friends at Bates Ford. Get $50 off, $250 repair offer to owners of 4 to 10-year-old Ford, Lincoln, or Mercury vehicles. Bates Ford, 1673 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. It's still slow go on 65 southbound at Trinity Lane. The earlier crash south of Trinity Lane did not help, that's for sure. Traffic's also a little bit slow here on 40 westbound at 2nd and 4th. It looked like a truck was pulled over to the side. That's aggravating that traffic now on 40 west, trying to get up to Fessler's, coming up on Spitz Lane there up by the airport. Warmer weather is waiting for you at Pensacola Beach. Book your next getaway. Log on to PensacolaBeach.com. I'm Commander Chuck, your on-time traffic.
Welcome to Hearthside Senior Living, Lebanon's unique senior living community designed for seniors to age in place, all within a safe, comfortable, and Christian environment. Beautiful retirement homes designed for an independent lifestyle with maintenance-free living. Hearthside Senior Living also continues the excellent tradition of assisted living for those seniors who need additional services. Hearthside Senior Living, an independent retirement community and assisted living community, all on one campus in the heart of Lebanon. Call 615-443-1994 for a tour. It's tax time, and Cars Unlimited Tax Service is locally owned and has 33 years of experience in preparing taxes. They advance loans of up to $6,000. They're also an authorized IRS e-file provider. Call 615-449-2955 or stop by 1006 West Main Street in Lebanon. Cars Unlimited Tax Service stands ready to help you prepare your taxes. Coleman and Company, our program presented by Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital, and Justin Beasley is my guest, and you've just about taken over for Mount Juliet here on this program, it seems.
I think so. That probably will be the case, being the public information officer. Certainly, we have a ton of guests that could fill in for me as far as police and fire. When we have a new fire station, when we we're meeting next Monday on a potential a workshop for the new fire department, for the new police department. Oh. Excuse me. So there will be certainly times where more important people that are more knowledgeable than myself will be on this program to educate your audience.
You said a new police department?
Yes, sir.
A new building?
Yes, sir. That could be expanding upon what they have. That could be joining the city of Mount Juliet as far as City Hall on North Mount Juliet Road. There are a million different possibilities. It changes all the time. And they've talked about that before I came on board. I'm just
are they cramped for space?
They're growing.
Right.
So, yes. Yeah. And they need more room for evidence. They need more room for their fleets to add firefighters. Keep saying firefighters, to add policemen and policewomen. So we're just trying to project for the future. Other cities around us, Murfreesboro, Lebanon, I believe, Brentwood as well, have new police departments. So that's certainly certainly something we need to look into before it's too late, if that makes sense.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens there, I guess.
It'll take time.
The demeanor, the the personality, let's say, a little bit of the fire chief and the police chief are quite different in Mount Juliet. Jamie Luffman is always pulling a prank on somebody.
Is he not?
Does police chief ever do that?
He hasn't on me. Maybe I haven't got that comfortable with him, but he is he's head down and focused on his job, but he is just as visible as our fire chief, I'll tell you. I mean, he's always at the coffee for a cop or, always at some kind of function where they're with the kids. He's just different personalities for sure, but man, I love them both to death, and both of them teach Sunday school and preach, so they're godly men, which you're thankful for in the city of Mount Juliet.
Well, I've gotten to know them both quite well, but I never know what Jamie's going to say next or where he's coming from.
No, some of that's worn off on me, so you might not know what I'm going to say next thing.
What else are you working on? Or we haven't surely talked about all of it because you're a busy guy.
I brought a business report. Not much has changed. The yard sale store on Belinda Parkway is 10 to 30,000 square feet now. It went from 10 to 30,000 square feet. The old yard sale store, still undecided on who comes in that spot. That is on North Mount Juliet Road when it intersects with Lebanon Road. So we're still trying to figure that out. Capstone is still moving forward. They're behind Camp Bow Wow. They were actually going to have their ribbon cutting the day of, I believe, the tornado in March of 2020. So that put them back substantially. And, the world has changed with how, all these centers operate with, active adult living. So they've kind of changed their plan and hopefully are still going to move forward as I report this morning. Restore Hyper Wellness, Granite Empire, Rise Fitness. We've had ribbon cuttings with them in the city of Mount Juliet with our Chamber of Commerce. The southbound lanes on I-40 bridge have been widened. Now we're just looking for the northbound lanes, and hopefully that happens sooner than later. Hopefully April or May. We can report that. And my last thing, so if you're going on West Division Street, right when you turn on it from North Mount Juliet Road, there's a lot across from the apartments. That will be an adoption center and that'll be IMS and a beauty shop. And past that will be an adoption center called Harmony Outreach. So a lot of different construction going on. An adoption center, yes. Harmony Outreach. I haven't done a ton of research on them. I haven't been in those meetings, but that is who's planning to take that space. You'll see as you go over there, there's like a silk fence right to the right, and our viewers in Mount Juliet will know what I'm talking about. It's a black silk fence. That's what's going to go on those locations. Also on Lebanon Road, where it meets Curd Road, if you see over there to the left, they're tearing down a bunch of rock. That'll be for grade A construction. So hopefully that answers people's questions when they're wondering, who's going where, what's happening at this spot. That's what's going on.
Is there a road widening about to take place in that area?
On what area?
Well, we're talking about Lebanon Road, aren't we?
Right.
Towards the school, West Elementary, I guess it is.
Right.
There's been talk about that.
Right. There's talk about a lot of roads being expanded. I can't speak to that one for sure. Andy Barlow sends me a report every week about things that are expanding, but I don't believe that one's on the list, but I could be wrong. Yeah. We have, I think I reported it last time. Give me 1 second. We have 17 transportation projects right now that are under the books for $34 million. So we're trying to get everything as shovel ready as possible, especially for the state roads, for TDOT to just come in and start. Even if that means spending our own money where else they would normally spend it. If we can do that to get shovel ready, show that we have some skin in the game and get it ready for them, hopefully we move up the list, because if the city of Mount Juliet, we're growing. We need those roads widened just about everywhere, especially the state roads. So we're working closely with
anything else you think of right here. I've got something I want us to talk about, and it has absolutely nothing to do with the city of Mount Juliet this morning, but we'll kind of save that to last. I want you to get...
I think we hit everything this morning, especially without having a board of commissioners meeting.
Tell me again, where did you grow up?
Grew up in Jackson, Tennessee. Born in Memphis, raised in Covington and Jackson, Tennessee. So West Tennessee boy.
And where did you go to college?
I went to college at MTSU in Murfreesboro.
What brought you here?
Well, my cousin went here and went to MTSU, and I always visited the campus for the Blue Cross Blue Shield Bowl. Well, that was always the first week of December. The trees are dead. There's no color, usually not any sunshine for the state title. I'm like, this place is depressing. I'm never coming here for college. And lo and behold, It's far enough away from home, close enough, though, if you want to come back. Had a great broadcast journalism program, still do, with the top 20 program in the nation. So I was like, in-state tuition, great school, great city. It's kind of hard to pass up. So that's how I got here. And I still live in Murfreesboro. We love it there, me and my wife.
Well, you were in television.
Yes, sir.
Tell us was that your immediate goal? Was that you did what you intended to do?
Yes, sir. So when you get to college, I majored in radio/TV broadcast journalism, and also did some print writing as well. I thought I was decent at all of them, maybe a little bit better at TV, but by the time my senior year came, I needed to choose one. I was actually working for a local paper in Woodbury, and the Canning County Courier. And
I'm not familiar.
And then after that, I moved on to my first TV job in Paducah, Kentucky. So, but it feels like a lifetime ago. I haven't been in TV for almost 6 months, and quite honestly, I don't miss it.
That's kind of what I wanted to talk about, and you'll have to agree. I have been on TV very few times. I don't particularly like it. I'm pretty. I've had about 28 careers, about 56 years really in radio, maybe a little more than that. Started, I think it was 61 years ago, the 12th of February this month. But anyway, there was a little gap in between. But I feel fairly comfortable with radio, okay? I still don't feel all that comfortable with TV. I mean, even with Judge Barry Tatum had me over one time on Talking with Tatum, and you sit there and all them lights and
it can be intimidating.
There's more to think about than just the microphone.
Absolutely,
yeah. But you seem to love that, and you gravitated towards it.
Yeah, and I love television in the aspect of now, especially with the kind I do on Facebook Live. There's no time limit on it. In television, I had a report that was 1 minute, 15 seconds. So I had to talk really quick and really get my report out and fit a whole bunch of stuff in that time frame.
We have 30 minutes. You could do in 1 minute and 15 seconds.
Not a lot. You got Titans, Preds, Vandy, Tennessee. You can't pack all that in 4 minutes and into 1 minute 15. But here, where it's long form journalism, we have time. You can let stuff breathe. Yeah. And I think you're starting to see that because a lot of people listen to podcasts. A lot of people are watching long, extended documentaries. I think people want heaviness to what they're reading and what they're learning about. You can only have so much information plugged into minute 15, and especially remember it from the minute and 15 seconds you have. Does that make sense?
Did you have somebody that critiqued you really hard? In other words, on your rear end all the time?
No, not in Nashville, but in, oftentimes I would seek it because I wanted to become better. But there's nobody there's way too many scripts to look over. And of course, sometimes we had to make changes to mine, but there was nothing,
What, did the weather ever go over and you have to cut it to 45 seconds?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, Saturdays was 4 minutes, and we had 30 minutes on a Sunday. Now, 12 of those were actually content. The rest were commercials. But if there's breaking news or, weather like today, sometimes you don't even make the newscast. And, that can be tough. But you also have to understand and have some awareness in the room that there's severe weather. Nobody needs to watch sports when
What about when there's a break? Is it when we have a break here, we keep talking about something usually, and sometimes it's funny. But is it any different with television?
Oh no, most of the time you're cutting up and joking around, and sometimes that's the only time you see your coworkers. I work for Channel 4. I was actually closer with the sports personnel at Channel 2 and Channel 5 and 17 because that's who I spent my time with at press conferences, at games. You actually know them a lot more than you do the people at your own station because they're out getting their stories. Sometimes the only time you see them is at the 6 and 10 o'clock news.
Yeah, and you're, in a way, you're competing with them.
Yeah, and you can only...
Usually, I have seen quite a bit of camaraderie among the different ones, people in the news too.
But you can only, and I'll shed some light on it. You can only compete so much because right now at Channel 4 they have one sports person. At Channel 5 they have 4, and sometimes they have 6 on a Sunday show. Channel 17 has one person. Channel 2 has 4. So it's like you can only do so much. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're outnumbered, but it just depends on the company and what their idea is as far as what they want to put the most resources to. And you kind of seeing it across the nation. A lot of people are putting less resources to sports, which is kind of where I read the writing on the wall. I was like, I probably need to find another job or they're going to replace me and I'm not going to have a say-so in it.
Okay.
Just being honest with you.
Yeah, sure. Enough of that. We got 30 seconds here. And you're public information officer for City of Mount Juliet. You're enjoying yourself. And,
Yes, sir.
Waiting for the next directive from Kenny Martin. I
Absolutely.
guess.
I'm almost to 6 months, and I joke with everybody. I said, man, I hope I'm going to make it past that point. I would hope so. I mean, they seem to love me, and I know I love them, and I'm the lucky one. So if you don't see me in 4 weeks on this radio show, you'll know why, Coleman.
All right. Well, thanks for being with us today.
Absolutely.
And
Thank you.
Justin Beasley, Public Information Officer for City of Mount Juliet, and that's part one of Coleman and Company. We hope you'll keep it here for more. FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to our friends at Absolute Kubota, Land Pride, quality tractor implements including cutters, finish mowers, box blades, tillers, and more. 5-year gearbox warranty, extremely durable and well-built. 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Quite heavy, actually, on 65 southbound, trying to get down past Trinity Lane. Those earlier wrecks didn't help the traffic flow, that's for sure, through this part of East Nashville. It's a crash also at West End at Leonard Avenue. It was on the west side. It was blocking traffic. Over near the airport, Murfreesboro Pike at Dell Parkway, they're trying to clear up that crash. That one had some injuries at Shelby and 4th. Gatlinburg Wine Cellar is home of the world-famous cotton candy wine. Check them out today at GatlinburgWineCellar.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Renewal happens here at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing has experienced new leadership and a new atmosphere. Same location in the heart of Lebanon, 731 Castle Heights Court on the Castle Heights campus. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing is providing 5-star clinical outcomes to short-term and long-term care residents. Call 615-444-4319 for a tour and to experience the new culture. Renewal happens here at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing.
71 degrees all the way.
73 degrees, please.
So what's your perfect degree of comfort? We'll help you find it with professional Rheem HVAC service that'll keep your home comfy year-round, save on energy costs, and may qualify for utility rebates and tax credits. So enjoy a new degree of comfort.
72 degrees, and I'm good to go.
Financing available through TVA's Energy Right program and your local power company. Call Randy's Heat and Air 237-3604.
What is your passion? How can you use that passion to enrich your community? Hi, this is Melanie Minter, President and CEO of the Lebanon-Wilson County Chamber of Commerce. Your chamber is the resource for making connections to fulfill your passion. Whether education, nonprofit, agriculture, entertainment, or government relations, Wilson County offers a place for you to be involved. Your chamber connects businesses, individuals, and your passion to the community. We have an enthusiasm for excellence. Join us and catch the spirit. Call or visit our office at 149 Public Square in Lebanon.
Today, highs will top out near 70 degrees with heavy rain showers moving through. Scattered showers are in the forecast on Wednesday as well, with temperatures topping out in the low 50s. Even more rain is expected on Thursday. This weather forecast is brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. That's Look at Your Forecast. I'm meteorologist TJ Scott.
Welcome to part two of Coleman and Company. Here on a rainy Tuesday morning, Sean Dozier joins us to talk about Harside Senior Living. Good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
And how are you, sir?
I'm good. You and Justin were taking me down memory lane. You know, I was once a POI.
You were?
Yeah.
Where?
Well, you know, when the stadium, the Titans Stadium was being built back in 1998, 99, I was working for a PR firm, and they didn't call me a POI, but I was the PR flunky. Okay. That's what they used to call me. And so as it was being built, I would handle all the media relations and do all the interviews, and it was quite an experience. And now, Coleman, they're talking about replacing that stadium. Am I old enough to go through a new stadium? That just seems odd, you know?
The whole thing is got me wondering, are they going, if they're going to build a new one adjacent or something, or they're going to try to do it in less than a year. I think that seems almost impossible.
It does seem
especially
impossible.
Going to have a retractable roof and
Right.
all that.
I don't know if they'll build it in the parking lot and keep the stadium. I don't know how they'll do it. But $1 billion, I thought $300 million was quite expensive back in 1998. But these stadiums are quite expensive these days.
Well, we find out more about you all the time.
I know.
But in the meantime, he is
We are here to talk about Hearthside, aren't we?
Executive Director of Hearthside Senior Living, which is a great place in itself.
It is. It's a wonderful place, and I'm glad to be there and serving our seniors in our community. We, as we like to say, we've been there since 1994. It's a great tradition. A lot of folks have been through that community. In fact, I've had 2 or 3 tours over the past few days where people have had relatives there in the past. So we have a lot of repeat customers because people know Hearthside. They appreciate the, what we offer as far as
repeat families. Anyway.
Repeat families, yes. So they come back and they, mom has been there in the past, or now dad needs to come back or whatever. But it's been great to see those families come back and say, hey, we trust you again, and we want to put our relative here.
Well, you have made some improvements there. I think there's been some remodeling done and transitioning, whatever.
In fact, in April, we'll have a grand reopening. I want everybody to come out and see it. And we've remodeled all of our common areas. We're redoing our rooms and the dining room, the activities room. It's going to look really nice. And, it needed a little touch up. So we spent about 10 years focused on the independent living. We built 30 homes, and now it's time to kind of focus on the assisted living. So that's what we're doing over the next few years. But it's a fantastic community. As we like to say, it's in the heart of Lebanon. You have the independent living on one side, a nice neighborhood, and then you have the assisted living on the other side, and it just makes one big happy family.
You have any vacancies? Right?
We do have a few vacancies in our assisted living. So if you're interested, we have some small rooms available. Our medium and large rooms go quite quickly, but we do have a few small rooms available. So again, we're giving tours every day, and people are taking those up.
Well, you can also go to your website, hearthsideliving.com.
They can take a tour of the, in fact, there's new photos on there. There's a video of the independent living community. So there's a lot of information there. Our prices are on there. You can't beat our price structure. You can't beat our customer service. And I would encourage anybody who is even thinking about independent living or assisted living to take a look at Hearthside.
By the way, we did miss you last week.
Oh, thank
Betty
you.
Kelly. Did
Thank
a real
you.
fine job. She even brought her Hearthside hello.
Good. She does a great job.
She's your activities.
She's my activities coordinator. I was at a 10-Cal meeting, Tennessee Centers for Assisted Living. Tennessee Healthcare Association has a separate entity that focuses on assisted livings. So I'm the president of Middle Tennessee, so I have to be there a couple times a year to make sure.
Well, you got to do what
the assisted livings are represented.
We missed you, but you're making up for it this morning.
Well, I'm glad to be here. You got a good interview coming up. So, should I get out of here now, or you want me to give the Hearthside hello, or?
Hey,
you're looking at me. I'm paying. They're not paying. That's right.
You're paying
That's
for
right,
this
Susan.
time. It's what you want to do.
Now, I want to give a Hearthside hello to. Every time I think I have no other Hearthside hellos, I think I'm going to have to make up somebody. Somebody comes up to me and, Susie, no, you're not the Hearthside hello today. No. I actually have a real one. Well, you're a real one, but I have a real one that actually somebody came in for a tour. Teresa Wigington. She's looking for a family member, and she says, I hear you on the radio on Coleman. I listen to the radio station. I listen to MJ, and one of my favorite radio stations. So Teresa Wigington, hello from Coleman and MJ and from everybody here at WANT.
And from Sean.
And from Sean. This is my Hearthside hello, Teresa Wigington.
All right. Okay. Well, that's very good. And if you want to know more, the website, as we mentioned, hearthsideliving.com. And Sean is always available at 615-443-1994. Have a great week. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Thank you, buddy.
All right. That's it for Hearthside. Sean Dozier here on a Tuesday morning. And let me say that I guess we better let everybody know that this next program is being paid for by the Republican women of Wilson County. I guess that would be good enough. Helene Cash is with us this morning. Helene Singer Cash. Good morning.
Good morning, Coleman. I have, before we even get any further, Sean Dozier is such an asset to our community. He has done so many different things to lift up and support, and what he has done for Hearthside is amazing. So it's always good to be in the room with him.
Well, we're glad to see you this morning, and You had planned to have two people. We have one of two.
One of two. Gwen Queener, who is our president for the Mount Juliet Republican Women, is down today with one of these seasonal colds and lost her voice. So, Gwen, if you're listening, get better because we want to see you on Thursday.
Well, the Thursday is one of the things we're going to be talking about because you have a meet and greet.
We have a meet and greet.
We need to introduce this morning.
But let's introduce Mr. Ray Render, the illustrious Ray Render.
Ray, good morning.
So Coleman, she went to the bottom of the barrel to find another, and there I was. So, but no, I'm kidding. I'm happy to be here. Always an honor to be with you, Coleman. So.
Well, it's always great to see you. I've had some good things to say about you, and I'll say it again. You do so much for Congressman Rose. You're his right-hand man here in Wilson County, maybe the other area, this area of his district. But if he's gonna even supposed to be here on the telephone, you're here in case the phone doesn't work or whatever. And I appreciate that.
Well, thank you. Now I've got to pay you $20, Coleman. Come on, that's no. I'm happy to do that. Honored to do that. I love Wilson County.
Well, Helene, you had talked to me about this and got it worked out to come here and talk about and invite everybody to your meet and greet. And I think that's a lot of why you're here this morning, but take it from there if you will.
Well, we know that this is a large election year. When I say large, that means there's a lot on the ballot. When it comes to Wilson County, everyone is up for re-election this year except for property assessor. Wow, that's a lot on the ballot. There were right at 100 petitions pulled for the county races. And of those county races, of that, right at, I think it was 98 or 100, 74 of those were for Republicans. So the Republican women of Wilson County have put together and are hosting a meet and greet on Thursday this week, February 24th, from 5 to 7 at the Mill here in Lebanon. Come on out. It's free for all to attend. We are inviting anyone to come out and meet and greet the Republican candidates on the ticket for the next election. Now, that election is May 3rd. Early voting is April 13th through April 28th, and Election Day is May 3rd. But what we're doing is here on February 24th, this Thursday, we're having this meet and greet. So everyone's invited to come out.
All right. Anybody, regardless of their party affiliation or whatever,
anyone can come join us.
I don't guess they even have to be a voter, but they're welcome to come.
Absolutely.
But the people they're going to be seeing there are just Republicans.
Correct.
Republican candidates.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So we got that. And now, how did you come up with this idea? This is 2 hours from 5 to 7. This Thursday. What all went into this decision?
Well, because it is such a large ticket, when you go to vote, your ballot is going to be long, and there's so many people on there, and it can be overwhelming, and you're not sure who to vote for or what to do. We thought the best way to approach this is to make it a casual and informative environment for you to go and talk to the county commissioner that's for your district, to speak to the clerk, the people that are running for the county mayor's seat. There are so many different people running for different offices, for the judge seats, for the DA, for the public defender. This is your opportunity to ask them who they are, why they're seeking re-election, why they want to seek election to begin with, and have a conversation with them and find out what they bring to the position and why they're doing it. This is informal. This is not, we're getting up on a stage, we're having a debate. Ray is here. Ray's part of this event because he's the MC for the evening. He's going to keep things moving. He's going to have fun. He's going to be out there and just chit-chatting. He is our host. He's our dynamic host.
You had anticipated my next question because I was going to turn to
because
him
it's Ray.
Say, Ray, what's your role in this?
Well, I get to be Coleman Walker for one evening. That's my angle on this. So no, anytime I can run my big mouth, I'm happy to show up and do it. No, she was asking for someone that would just keep it kind of lighthearted, lively. So I anticipate we will have, as she said, the candidates. They may have a small area that they set up. So I may be going around and talking to a candidate for a few minutes and just, hey, everybody come over here and meet candidate for, district whatever, too. I'm making that up. Or come meet your county mayor candidate. So we'll try to float around the room, maybe let the candidates say just a few words. Once again, it's not a debate. It's not we're going to hand them the microphone for a 30-minute speech. It's nothing like that. It's very informal. It's casual. come as you are, pop in after work. You don't have to, it's not a coat and tie event. Just swing by. And once again, as she said, we don't, Democrat, Independent, Republican, it's a good chance for everybody to meet these candidates, ask them whatever you want to ask them. Why are they running? What your vision for the future? It might be anything. So just a low-key way to meet these folks.
All right, one more question. We'll take a break. But are you pretty assured that, I take it that most people have been invited and have accepted? You're expecting most of the candidates that you've invited to be there.
I have had positive affirmations for more than half of the candidates at this point. So we expect to have a very full room. Like I said, we've had right at 100 petitions pulled. And when 74 of those 98 petitions are for Republicans, and then 60 were turned back in, and we have over 30 candidates already coming, there's more than half that will be there.
Right.
So, and then when over 80% of the petitions are already Republicans, so the majority of the people on the ballot are Republicans. This is a great time for you as a constituent, you resident of Wilson County, to come out and meet the people that are going to be on the ballot.
Well, looking ahead a little bit, actually, a lot of the races are going to be decided in the Republican primary.
Exactly. A lot of them, because a lot of on the ballot are going to be decided in the Republican primary because there's not an independent or a Democrat opposition. So after the primary, the race is going to be decided.
So all the more reason to find out about the people early. And that again is
you are right, Coleman.
This is what this is all about.
Exactly.
All right, let's take a break right here. We'll talk more in a moment on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. It's all brought to you by our friends at Absolute Kubota Land Pride. Quality tractor implements including cutters, finish mowers, box blades, tillers, and more. 5-year gearbox warranty. Extremely durable and well-built. 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Still quite a bit of traffic trying to filter down through here on 65 southbound at Trinity Lane. That earlier crash just slowed it down even more. It's heavy down Ellington Parkway, West End Avenue at Leonard. That was still blocked on the west side as they try to clear up that earlier crash. Gatlinburg Wine Cellar is home of the world-famous cotton candy wine. Check out GatlinburgWineCellar.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
At Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital, world-class care is a heartbeat away. In fact, we offer the same world-class attention Middle Tennessee has come to rely on from a Vanderbilt Health Hospital. Supported by over 200 specialties, an expanded emergency department staffed with Vanderbilt Health physicians 24/7, and greater investments in life-saving technologies and care. It's just one more way we're making healthcare personal.
After facing the strongest non-conference schedule in the nation, the Cumberland University Phoenix baseball team opens Mid-South Conference play next weekend, February 25th and 26th, against the Thomas More University Saints in Crestview Hills, Kentucky. Friday's single game starts at 1 p.m. with Saturday's doubleheader beginning at 11. You can hear all the action on either WANT-FM 98.9, WCOR 1490 AM, WANTFM.com, or GoCumberlandAthletics.com. Go Phoenix!
And again, a good morning and welcome to our final segment here for a somewhat rainy Tuesday morning. We have with us Helen Singer Cash and Ray Render, and we're talking about the Republican women of Wilson County's meet and greet. And it's coming up this Thursday, and everybody is invited.
Everybody is welcome to come out and join us. So we will have the candidates that are on the Republican ticket for the upcoming election.
All right, and we're talking about on our county level as otherwise.
Absolutely. We will have Senator Mark Pody, Representative Boyd. Unfortunately, Representative Lynn cannot join us, but she's being awarded at CPAC. So she's going to Florida. CPAC is flying her down there, and she's being awarded. So what a great reason to miss this. So she sends her regrets, but she wanted us to let everyone know that. We have 4 candidates from the 5th congressional race will be there. Ray Render will be representing Congressman Rose.
So and your MC.
And our MC, yes, our illustrious MC.
I don't know about that.
So we have not just our local candidates, but we have state and federal that will be there. If you're not sure, Ray wanted us to remind everyone, if we are not sure what district we are in, whether it's at the local county level, if it's at the state level or the federal level, if you go to the Wilson County Election Commission website, there's a link right at the top of the page. You slide in your address and it will tell you exactly what voting district you're in, who your representative is, who's your congressman is, who you will be voting for in that district, not the person, but the seat, the district, your district number, all the information will be right there, easy to read. It's a great new tool.
Well, you've planned 2 hours for this. You're going to have refreshments?
Well, we'll have a little fundraiser there, a little snacks and some water that we'll be selling to help fund this little event.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have a little snack bar set up. We do realize that it is 5 to 7, Coleman, and we are a nonprofit, so I promise you, we'll be very affordable. But it's just another way to help us have this free for the community and to help us promote it. We chose to do the snacks as a little fundraiser.
Okay. Well, there's every county commission seat is up for grabs this time, and there are 25 of those.
Yes.
Now, all of them aren't contested, but some of them are. And so, the districts have changed, so we'll be voting. The new district will be what you're voting for, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So there's a change there. Well, actually, in my case, my district I'm in a different district, so the person that has been my county representative won't be anymore. Whether he gets reelected or not, it has no bearing. It's going to be somebody else, and there are probably a lot of other people in that situation. If you haven't looked, you may not even realize that there's somebody else that you have to choose from.
So perfect scenario for you to come out and meet who may be on the ticket for your new commission district.
Yeah.
Either the incumbent or the person that's in opposition.
Well, and this is true, of course, all over the county, from Mount Juliet to Noreen to Watertown to Centerville. So,
All of Wilson County, yes.
what's been? I'm sure a little word has gotten out about this. What's been the initial reaction? Have you had some pretty favorable comments so far?
I'm going to tell you, I have not had a negative comment on this at all. Even on social media, there has not been a negative comment. We've just been asked, what is the fee to come in? Free for all to attend? Mm-hmm. Is it 2 hours? So, you know what? If we still have people there, we're going to stay as long as there's people there. Yep. But we just set a time frame. But as long as you're there and as long as the candidates want to speak to the constituents, we're there. We're there to inform and enlighten.
And Ray, have you done something similar to this before? Maybe several times.
I'm trying to think. Well, there have been many forums along the way. This is a little unique, I think. So a lot of times it's a more formal or scheduled or structured setting. We really want this to be informal, casual. Once again, drop in. If you can't make it there right at 5 o'clock, come at 5:30, 6. Whenever you can make it after work, drop in. We'll have the candidates there once again. They'll be kind of we envision at their tables, and they'll be scattered around. And then I'll keep moving around trying to get people to say, okay, this is this candidate. Come say hi to this person. So once again, it's very informal. It's not structured.
Well, you are going to be there as MC, but also representing Congressman Rose. And I didn't realize this. You were telling me during the break a while ago, you two actually met when you were students at Tennessee Tech?
We met in 1985 in the Student Government Association at Tennessee Tech, of all places. He was in the College of Ag, and I was in the College of Engineering. So,
well, you're pretty close to him, maybe even closer than I realized. I see now you've had that connection all this time. I know why he chose you to do what you're doing.
Well, he could have been at the bottom of the barrel too. I don't know, but no, I'm honored to work for him. So.
You're in, if not daily, weekly contact with him, maybe more daily, aren't you?
We chat. Our Van Hillary, our chief of staff, and I. Of course, he offices in our building up in Gallatin when he's not in D.C. Van does. So we're all in good contact.
Anything you take a minute or two to tell that you've either talked about lately or a great concern at this moment?
Well, so I know if John were sitting here, he would remind you that it is National FFA Week. As you know, he is huge with Future Farmers of America, and he would want everyone to know that. So he does have some events later this week going on that he will be at for that. I believe today he is at a all-day TVA event. So, yeah, it's always something. You say, oh, well, when he's not in D.C., he must not be doing anything. No, incorrect. We try to keep him hopping and moving around the 19-county district that he represents. So today he's over in the eastern side doing some items with TVA. But there are some things. The budget, I know if he were sitting here, he would say that the federal budget has to get, once again, the can got kind of kicked down the road to March the 11th. He will tell you that's the duty of the Congress to get the budget passed, and they continue with these continuing resolutions. So I know would very much. I think him and the Republicans want to get that done. So
well, back to your event here. I don't know how many newcomers there are going to be on the ballot, and I think about our county government here with 25 different commission seats open. A number of incumbents are running, but then there's some who aren't. 4 or 5 actually aren't, and an opportunity for people to meet those. And it, even if they're not in your district, you still might want to know a little bit about them. Opportunity to meet somebody who might be a future member of the county commission.
Absolutely, because these commissioners head different areas of the county commission, whether it's economic development, whether it's human services, whether it's safety. They head up different departments of the commission, and if that is a particular area that you're interested in, you want to get to know that commissioner that heads that budget committee, that economic development, that tourism committee, so that you can have influence or you can help them understand that committee that they are working with. So these are the people that lead your community, and they make decisions for the community. They listen to their constituents. So whether they represent your specific district that you live in or your community as a whole, it's good for you to know who they are and how they vote. I envision this to be a family event, so you can bring your kids. This is a great civics lesson for them to know and understand. The earlier we can get our children knowing and understanding what voting is and who the candidates are, the better for their future.
Well, I guess the most local thing about it would be our county commissioners, but we've got some school board seats that are going to be contested, and that's a little bit larger geographic area, encompasses a few districts, but still not a county-wide thing. And I don't know whether there's road commission candidates or not, but
there's no road commission on there. There is constable.
Constable, okay.
There's an LSSD seat. There's 3 or 4 Wilson County School Board. They're judges, circuit court, chancellor, criminal court judge, district attorney, public defender, general sessions judge, sheriff, trustee, circuit court clerk, county clerk, mayor.
Yeah. Well, just about every office except
property
assessors on the ballot, but there's not opposition in all of them.
Correct.
But there's quite a bit.
But even the ones that don't have opposition have still registered and will still be there, because it's important to them to be there to speak to their constituents and to get to know everyone.
All right. Anything else you want to add to this, Ray?
Well, as she said, please go to I know Tammy's done a lot of work over at the Election Commission. So it's Wilson County Votes. That's the website. Right at the top in a yellow block, you can click there. There's red letters. That'll tell you, if you type in your address, that'll tell you, I think everybody would have some natural curiosity of, I don't know what district I'm in, or I don't know who I'm voting for U.S. House. So that'll tell you if you'll go right there. So I encourage you to do that somewhere along the way, and everybody come out. This is for everybody. It's not just for Republicans, or it's for everybody. Come meet the candidates. So.
If this is successful, and no doubt it's going to be, you be doing more of this, or is this a wave of the future, maybe what you're doing?
I am hoping that the Republican women can do this every 4 years, because this is the largest ballot. If we see a need for this more often, we can do it more often. The Wilson County GOP will be doing their Trump Day dinner in April, and the 5th Congressional District candidates will then have an opportunity to speak to those who are at the dinner. So there's different opportunities throughout the election cycle. I know that other groups will be doing different types of forums, but this one is the only one that I was aware of that was doing an informal meet and greet. And for me and for the Republican women, we chose this forum because it was family friendly. It was a way to get up close and personal and have a one-on-one conversation with the candidate.
Well, let me say this: the three judges that are on the ballot here had a breakfast.
That breakfast was wonderful.
Friday morning, and I didn't get to be there for the first half because I was on the air, but I did go over there, and I thought that it was just a really nice setting, and I think you're going to be doing the same thing, only it's going to be larger because you've got a lot more candidates, and I'm sure a lot more people are going to be there, but they had a really good crowd, and people turned out well.
And they did a great job, and theirs was very informal. They had a nice breakfast. That was Judge Tatum, Judge Hagan, and Judge Lee had a wonderful breakfast. Those three gentlemen are uncontested on their ballot. Congratulations, because they are three strong judges, and they have done a great job in what they do. So we're very proud of them.
Well, I guess it's nice to be able to buy everybody breakfast instead of buying radio and TV ads, newspaper ads.
And it was a great way for them to give back to the community. So we're proud of them.
All right, we got a minute left here this morning, so we'll kind of wrap it up. Ray Render, the field representative for Congressman John Rose, is with us, along with Helene Singer Cash, inviting you to the Republican Women at Wilson County's Republican Candidate Meet and Greet. The Republican candidates will be there, but the public is invited, and it is this Thursday, 5 to 7.
Yes.
And what else do we need to say about it?
It's at the mill. If you have any questions.
At the mill.
At the mill.
At the mill.
At the mill. We can be found, the Republican Women of Wilson are on Facebook, just Republican Women of Wilson. So all the information is on our Facebook page. So reach out there. And Coleman, we've had lots of new people move into our community. And I want to thank them for tuning in this morning, because we've enlightened them to your show. So,
well, let's hope so. And tell everybody, if you're not familiar with the location of the mill, it's 300 North Maple
Street.
But it's not far from the square.
Yep, just a few blocks off the square.
300 North Maple in Lebanon. And that, again, is Thursday, February 24th, 2 days from now, 5 to 7 p.m. Ray, good to see you this morning.
Always good to see you, Coleman.
Thank
you
for being with us. And Helene, I hope this is what you wanted.
Thank you, Coleman. You're wonderful.
And we hope you'll join us tomorrow for Coleman and Company. And until then, I wish you a terrific day.